It's harder than it looks. It's a long way to the top if you want to restore the republic. But I got to tell you, we're getting right up close to the summit, right up to that peak. We're already in the snowdrift, my friends. We are up there on top of the mountain. And we could see for miles and miles and miles. And the dirty rats that seize this country, that infiltrated, that worm their way into things, the parasites that are freaked out by greater men and women, they are having conniption fits right now. They are freaking out, regardless of whether Trump's good, bad, or ugly. The victory over the globalists, the victory over the press, the victory over their system, what he said about world government, the New World Order, crony capitalism, is incontrovertible. It's death wounds to the globalist, to their system. And in their own publications, like Financial Times and The Economist, where they actually pretty much admit what they're doing and put a good spin on it, they admit they've gone from being in trouble a few years ago to being in red level, burn down the house, the ship is sinking, go to the lifeboats, run to the hills. And that's why Oberman and all these parasites are having freakouts. We read the transcript earlier, and then I had him skip ahead. We lost the spot where he was actually blaming the press for making a big deal of it. Then he went, the Russian hacking, then he went into, well, we can't really publicly shame Putin if he denies it. Publicly shame our criminal government, and the State Department admits it spent $5 billion trying to overthrow Ukraine in the last 4 years, and they did it 3 years ago. They spent, Soros goes on TV and admits it. They admit they started the Arab Spring and put radical jihadists in charge. They admit they turned all this loose. They admit they've tried to run, 7 or 8 color revolutions around Russia the last decade trying to overthrow it. Bush did some of this too. And that they tried to run 3 of them inside Russia, running candidates against Putin. And Putin finally said, that's it, I'm arresting all these Soros people and deporting them. We're talking about tens of thousands of Americans and other people running around Moscow trying to overthrow their country. And it's not like they're trying to overthrow it and put in a free country, because Russia's already going in that direction. Lower taxes, gun rights, family rights. They're trying to install teaching 5-year-olds how to be gay. And again, I don't get into all that, but you shouldn't be sexualizing children with homosexuality, heterosexuality, anything. They used to call that pedophilia. And there is this whole pedophile agenda. Look at Salon pushing pedophilia. Look at President Clinton on the Lolita Express with a convicted pedophile going to a pedo island. Man, these people are into this crap. And so I am going myself to get into the Clintons and get into all of them in the pedophilia, because they took Pizzagate and said that I was the head of it and edited tapes. And at first I didn't figure out what was going on. Now I figured it out. Now I figured it out. They are so pissed. How do you take the WikiLeaks that clearly $65,000 in succulent, delicious hot dogs? Oh, I'm craving a hot dog. I can't wait to go to the party. Are these really the best? Oh, these are the best hot dogs. It's male prostitutes. Now, here's the deal. That you're able to blackmail the president with that information. So there's a bunch of that stuff in there. There's a reason WikiLeaks released this. WikiLeaks said, look at this. So they diverted off into the pizza place, which is got rock singers going, and your preferences, men or women? I like kids. Well, we all have our preferences. And like, what the hell? And weird art and weird stuff, and it's David Brock's boyfriend, and just all this crap. But then I hear that I'm saying Hillary's killing kids in the basement. And I finally find the tape. I'm talking about Syria, Hillary funding jihadis who are putting kids in sex slavery. So I figured it out. They diverted us off, just like Karl Rove would put a fake document reportedly into the Dan Rather thing to discredit the whole deal. That's what they do. And then I really clicked whenever Nancy Pelosi's daughter came out. The last few days, I went, Alex Jones is sending people to kill me. Played it yesterday. I'm scared. Like Pizzagate, he sent the gunman. We've got to ban his speech. It's gonna hurt me. Oh, he claims I'm trying to overturn the election. Meanwhile, her very electors that are Democrats that can't even do it are saying, we want a coup. So I love they go, we're not trying to overturn the election, but we need to right now. Here's a video of celebrities saying, do it. Be a hero. Overturn Trump. Man, it's this weird thing where there's such control freaks. They tell you that we're overturning the election, and then they say, you're crazy, we're not. I haven't figured the psychology out yet, or whether they're gaslighted. You know, there's Martin Sheen. Tell you about Martin Sheen. I probably had dinner with Martin Sheen 10 times. I've had coffee with him probably 15 times. I have stayed at Martin Sheen's house. It is Martin Sheen that introduced me. Well, his son, Emilio Estevez, introduced me to all of them. A big viewer of our show, kind of a libertarian, that family doesn't take vaccines. They have whole milk. They're aware of the New World Order. And I sit there with Martin Sheen arguing with him because he liked me because I didn't like Bush. And then later he's like, well, you don't like Democrats either. And he has to admit I'm right at dinner. And then you see him always running around, saying, be a hero. We've got to basically overturn Trump. It's a gang. It's a cult, folks, because let me tell you something. If you're not for Democrats in Hollywood, you don't work. And that guy's been the mayor of Malibu. He's known as the mayor of Malibu. Martin Sheen's right up there at the top. I mean, you'll be at his house, and here comes Anthony Hopkins into the, let's have some, roast beef with horseradish. You're sitting there. Super gracious people, super nice. Oh, here's Princess Diana's butler. And you're like, yeah, you're famous. I know you. It's crazy. And they know all about everything. And they've got armed bodyguards. And they're not really against the Second Amendment. But then when you see them on TV, it's crazy. And I'm not going to get into the rest of it, folks. I didn't even get into Hollywood because of the Sheens and Emilio Estevez. That came later. I was already out there, doing TV shows, being in some movies. When Emilio Estevez and Charlie Sheen called me about 11 years ago. I'm not name dropping here. But I saw how empty Hollywood was. Believe it or not, they were some of the most fulfilled people. The Sheens were, the mom and dad senior. It was, but going to these Hollywood parties, you'd be there, and Brad Pitt would be there, or, you name it. And it's just like, I've been at parties with like 20 people are there, okay? The most A-list there are. Totally empty, felt like my soul was being sucked out, and always couldn't wait to get out. And didn't matter how beautiful the women were. I was married, too. I didn't want them. And the last time I was at one of these people's houses about 3 years ago, and ash was raining down by the pool as a woman in a bikini brought me some hors d'oeuvres. And I said, there was fires nearby. I said, I got to get out of here. When I flew in last time to L.A., I've been there a few times on things, but the last time to go to somebody's house, there was fires everywhere. As I look out the window, just burning like hell. Right through December 17th, the last day that we can guarantee you'll get your order before Christmas in the United States, we're offering store-wide free shipping. And on top of that, some of the biggest discounts of the year. 30% off Living Defense Parasite Cleanse. 50% off Colloidal Silver Bullet, and free shipping. That is just an incredible deal. Brain Force Plus, now with 20% more in each bottle and 30% off. $19.95, can't beat that deal. Winter Sun, Vitamin D3, 25% off. Survival Shield, X2, Nascent Iodine, again, an amazing 30% off. BioTrue Selenium, 30% off, and that's just some of the specials. Check them out today at InfoWarsStore.com or InfoWarsLife.com, or call toll-free. The great crew will answer your questions, tell you about some of the other specials, and take your order if you'd like. 888-253-3139.